We stand today at a pivotal moment in human history, facing a future where climate catastrophes will be the norm. In absence of serious action to address the climate crisis, our children and grandchildren will inherit a planet that is unlivable. Heat waves, droughts, flood, storm will not be rare tragedies, but they will become frequent occurrences, and the poor will stand to suffer the most. Less than 2 years ago, Pakistan provided a harrowing preview of what lies ahead if we remain passive. It endured devastating droughts and floods that destroyed lives, assets, and livelihood on a massive scale. First, a severe heat wave, previously a 1 in 1,000 year event. It saw temperature rise continuously above 45 degrees. Then came the unprecedented monsoon rain, the heaviest, most concentrated ever recorded. 70% of the country was underwater. Literally, 70% of the country was underwater for weeks, in some places for months. Across the south, hundreds of lives were lost. Millions were displaced. 2 million homes were damaged or destroyed. Critical infrastructure such as roads, bridges, flood defense systems, dams were washed away. 22,000 schools were damaged and forced to close. The human cost of this disaster was unimaginable. Years of investment and development were set back in an instant. Families lost homes, they lost livelihood, but above all, they lost their hope. I was there on the ground from day one with the World Bank team. We watched this tragedy unfold before our eyes. The feeling of helplessness was overwhelming. It was clear that with the ravages of climate change, this is a tragedy that is destined to repeat itself over and over again, not only in Pakistan, but across the world. The World Bank's sentiment at that moment that we really needed to act promptly and dynamically. Yes, we had to act for the sake of their future and ours. The World Bank stepped forward with a lifeline, thanks to IDA. The World Bank, the government of Pakistan, the United Nations organizations, the development partners forged a response coalition. We collectively sought solutions to help Pakistanis rebuild their lives. IDA's contribution to the immediate relief, recovery, and resilient reconstruction totaled more than $2 billion. Now, let me share with you some of the highlights of IDA's impact. Imagine a farmer in Sindh, with the support of IDA, taking advantage of the new fertility of the soil after the flood, could replant their field and revive their livelihood. That's the story of 300,000 farmers receiving cash for seed and fertilizer, safeguarding against a national food insecurity. Reflect on the empowerment of women who have been given opportunity to rebuild their community and contribute to the economy. Women like Manzooran from Shaheed village, she, along with the villagers, under the Cash for Work program, rebuilt an essential community road. The road now connects them to schools, to hospitals, and to the market. They rebuilt the road 1 meter higher to withstand the future flood. It ensures that even in times of crisis, they remain connected to vital services. Less than 1.5 years since the floodwater had receded, the impacts of IDA's intervention has been profound. 130 kilometers of flood defense systems repaired, 115,000 hectares of irrigated land restored, 70 kilometers of roads rebuilt. The housing program facilitated the reconstruction of 500,000 homes. This is the largest housing program in the world. It is on its way to rebuild more than 1.6 million homes, transforming lives and ensuring their safety for the future. The program is not only limited to building brick and mortar homes and structures. It's impacting real life, such as the life and the families of Shahnawaz and Sajad, two visually impaired teenage boys living in Sheikh Haroon village. The program did not only rebuild homes for them, it provided tactile paving, connecting these two households and linking them up to the village's first ever toilet and hand pump. Shanawaz and Sajad now enjoy independence and mobility around their living space that they never enjoyed before. Shanawaz proudly says that I can fill my own glass of water, while Sajad is looking forward to a solar home solution so his family can install a fan to beat the heat of the summers. The story of Pakistan flood reconstruction shows that when we act swiftly, when we act in solidarity, and when we have the resources to do so, we could turn despair into hope. The story of this family moving from gasping for life to having a resilient home and a resilient livelihood is a story that wouldn't have happened without you and the support you provide to Ida. I've learned from this experience that our unity of purpose, our sense of responsibility for one another will determine how well we can survive the climate crisis. Colleagues, your actions today will define the legacy we leave for future generations. Let's commit to make that legacy one of hope, one of solidarity, and one of resilience. Thank you.